But we start with football and our 25 Sports Prep Rally Game of the Week. Well, let's go through the round 2 roundup beginning in Class 7A, where Normal Community, coming off another dominating shutout win in round 1 of the playoffs, they stay home for round 2. The Ironmen play a dangerous and battle-tested Bradley Bourbonnais team.
Well, I think when you look at them, number one, they play in a really tough conference. They're playing with all the Lincoln Way schools. They're playing Lockport. They're playing all those guys. So week in, week out, they're playing really, really tough opponents. 2, offensively, they have a really talented quarterback that can run and throw. 2 dynamic running backs. 3 really good receivers. Number 11 is outstanding as well. They get off the ball well up front. All 3 phases, we're playing really confident. I think defensively, obviously, we are. Offensively, I think we're chomping at the bit just because it feels like the last 3 or 4 games, the weather has not, been, it really hasn't allowed us to do everything that we can do in our offensive repertoire, and hopefully we'll be able to show some of that this week. Their confidence is high, but they also are very grounded and know that we have to still get better. We have to practice really well this week.
The Normal West Wildcats are facing the same round 2 opponent as last year, and that's trouble. Normal West plays mighty East St. Louis. The Flyers beat the Wildcats in round 2 on their way to a state title last November. East St. Louis, again, the state favorite this year.
I feel like we're more athletic this year, so I feel like we have some more things that we might be able to do to maybe take advantage of some things. And so, but you got to play the game, and that's the message. And you got to compete. And, upsets don't ever happen if you don't play the game.
It's a Class 6A, and for the 3rd time in 6 years, Washington will take on Crete Monee in round 2 of the playoffs this year. The Panthers are feeling very confident going into this game. Now, they had several sophomores on the field 2 years ago when Crete knocked them out of the playoffs, but those sophomores are now seniors and playing great ball as Crete arrives Saturday afternoon.
I think our kids' confidence level is pretty good. Defensively, we've had a great season so far. We just need to keep that up too. I mean, defense has either scored or set up scores to help us out in winning games. That'll be a big thing on this Saturday when we play with Crete, because Crete, the last time we played them, we struggled a little bit with them on the perimeter.
In Class 4A, Peoria Notre Dame hits the road for a game with Harrisburg on Saturday. The Irish ran over their round 1 opponent, Kewanee, with their power wing tee offense. They match up well with Harrisburg as well. All right, to small school football now. We have an all Central Illinois matchup as Bloomington Central Catholic takes on the Farmington Farmers this coming week in round 2 of the 2A playoffs. Both teams are conference champs. Both teams feature dynamite quarterbacks, Colin Hayes for Bloomington Central Catholic and Lane Wheelwright for Farmington. This is a fun game between 2 Central Illinois powers.
Yeah, super impressed by what they do. Both offensively and defensively. Obviously, their quarterback is a very dynamic player. Big up front on both sides of the ball, physical football team, well coached.
It's a November tradition. Tri-Valley plays Wilmington. 2 years ago, Tri-Valley lost at Wilmington in the state Final Four. Last year, the Vikings upset Wilmington in round 2 of the playoffs. Saturday, Tri-Valley hosts Wilmington in a round 2 matchup that's probably worthy of a state title matchup.
Well, I mean, you got to be physical. You got to be physical this time of year, take care of the football. I think the team that is the most physical and takes care of the football on Saturday should come out on top. Obviously they're going to come here upset that we beat them last year.
In Class 3A, Olympia hits the road for a game at 10-0 Greenville. The Greenville Comets are 10-0 with all 10 wins by at least 14 points. Olympia is looking for a second straight trip to the state quarterfinals. Good luck to Ole. Also in 3A, Prairie Central earned a home game with a big win at Chicago North Lawndale last week. The Hawks are playing their best ball of the year as they host perennial Catholic power Lombard Montini in Fairbury Saturday at 2. In Class 1A, we have a Lincoln Trail Prairie Land rematch. Stark County travels to Roba Williamsfield. The Rebels beat Roba 24-14 in a very tight Week 5 matchup. Roba enters game Saturday at 8-2. The Rebels are a perfect 10-0. Also in Class 1A, the Leroy Panthers take the Heart of Illinois Conference banner south to play Belleville-Altoff. Leroy was the most impressive 45-14 winner in round 1 over Villa Grove. Altoff scored a whopping 76 points in their playoff opener.